Welcome to my Timeless Bible Story YouTube channel. Today, our main topic is The Wise King Solomon, a story for kids. A long time ago, in a grand and beautiful kingdom, there lived a great and wise king named Solomon. He was the son of King David and was chosen by God to rule over Israel. Solomon was known far and wide for his wisdom, kindness, and devotion to God. But how did he become so wise? His journey was filled with lessons, challenges, and great accomplishments that made him one of the most famous kings in history. One night, as King Solomon lay asleep, he had a remarkable dream. In his dream, God appeared to him and said, "Solomon, you are now the king of Israel. Ask for anything you want, and I will give it to you." Many kings would have asked for riches, power, or a long life, but Solomon was different. He thought deeply and humbly replied, "Lord, I am young, and I don't know how to rule a kingdom. Please give me wisdom so I can lead your people well." One of the first stories that showed Solomon's wisdom happened when two women came to his court, both claiming to be the mother of a baby. They argued and cried, each saying the child was hers. The people of the court watched in confusion. How could Solomon possibly tell who the real mother was? After thinking for a moment, Solomon called for a soldier and said, "Bring me a sword. Cut the baby in half and give each woman a part." "No, please don't hurt the baby. Give him to her instead." The other woman remained silent, showing no emotion. Solomon smiled and said, "The true mother is the one who would rather lose her child than see him harmed. Give the baby to her." As Solomon's reputation grew, a powerful and wealthy queen from a distant land, the Queen of Sheba, heard about his wisdom. She wanted to see for herself if he was truly as wise as people claimed. She traveled to Jerusalem with a caravan filled with gold, spices, and precious gifts. When she arrived, she tested Solomon with many difficult questions about the stars, nature, and life itself. To her amazement, Solomon answered every question perfectly. She was so impressed that she said, "Truly, God has blessed you with great wisdom. Your people are fortunate to have such a wise and just king." The Queen of Sheba left, spreading the word of Solomon's greatness throughout the world. Solomon loved God with all his heart and wanted to build a special place where people could worship him. His father, David, had dreamed of building a temple for God, but it was Solomon who would complete it. He gathered the best workers and the finest materials, gold, silver, cedar wood, and stone, and built a magnificent temple. It was a place of worship, prayer, and thanksgiving. When the temple was finished, Solomon stood before it and prayed, "O Lord, may this temple be a place where people find you. May you always hear our prayers." God was pleased with Solomon's temple and blessed his kingdom with peace and prosperity. People from all over the world came to see the glorious temple and hear the wisdom of King Solomon. Despite all his wisdom, Solomon was still human and made mistakes. As he grew older, he began to make choices that led him away from God. He married many wives from different nations, and they brought their own gods and traditions with them. Instead of following only the Lord, Solomon allowed these influences into his kingdom. God was not pleased and warned Solomon, "Because you have turned away from me, your kingdom will be divided after your reign." Solomon realized his mistake and repented, but the damage was done. After his reign, Israel split into two kingdoms, Israel and Judah. This division brought conflict and struggles for many years. The story of King Solomon teaches us many important lessons. First, wisdom is a precious gift from God, but it must be used wisely. Solomon's wisdom made him a great king, but when he strayed from God's path, his kingdom suffered. His story reminds us that no matter how smart, rich, or powerful we become, we must always choose to follow God and make the right choices. True wisdom comes not just from knowing things, but from loving and obeying God. Solomon's legacy lives on through his writings in the Bible, including Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. His words continue to guide people today, teaching them how to live wisely and righteously. And so, the tale of King Solomon, the wisest king who ever lived, is a lesson for all, young and old, to seek wisdom, follow God, and make choices that bring goodness into the world. Thanks for watching my video, and please share with your friends also for enjoy. See you soon.